Hey everybody, I actually wanted to talk about some stuff. I've been looking into this one movement. It's called MGTOW, and I've been doing a lot of research on it, and it's pretty interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyways, I guess I'll title this MGTOW for the Bible believer. So what I'd like to put my 2 cents in is think about it. Women nowadays, they've gone, all this, no fault divorce and all this, hypersexualization, both the men and the women. Yet more power is definitely with women, especially with divorce in America. Eesh, they will rape you in the courts if you get divorced and there's no prenup. Even if there is a prenup, there are some cases where a woman will still get her cut. So my thing is, I am a Bible literist, Bible believer to the core. So understanding a woman in this day and age, it can be done through the Bible lens. Think about it this way. I'll take you back to Adam and Eve. Okay? Who was the first one that listened to the devil? That would be Eve. So her suffering comes from listening to Satan. So in the MGTOW world, how you would translate this to is, why do you think women are always, they get that little drama thought in their head and they run on it? That's the devil right there. He's always, I would say, easier for the devil to get into a woman's head and to manipulate her, because if you look at any woman, I would say majority of women, I'm not going to say all, but most, they love drama. And you can pretty much prove it this way. I mean, women love drama. I look at the shows that most women love to watch. They love watching, the Kim Kardashian shows, the LA Housewives, Atlanta Housewives, whatever type housewives shows, and they love drama. If they're not in it, they need to hear about it or watch it. And it's very apparent. And then men suffering, what did Adam do? After Eve listened to the devil, took that fruit, Adam suffers through listening and doing what the woman did, also partaking of the fruit. And so now Adam is subject to Eve and all her drama and dealing with Eve. And so, in my mind at least, that kind of makes sense, how a woman's test is material. She wants stuff. Just like how she wanted that fruit and the devil tempted her. Get this, get that, get makeup, get some clothes, watch that drama over there, feed on some more drama, create drama. All this for the sake of drama. And then the man's test in life is a woman. And if you're a somewhat decent guy and you have kids with a crazy narcissistic woman, you're gonna suffer. You just are. You're gonna suffer because if you have kids, you're gonna want to do right by the kids. You're gonna love the kid, but all along the way, you're gonna be dealing with a drama-filled woman that will make every instance of your life trouble. She'll say you're no good. You're not romantic. You're not buying her enough stuff. You're not providing enough. All this. Because a woman wants a successful man. A woman wants a masculine man, but they want to be able to control him. You see? And men, they need their independence. Every man needs independence and respect. But with Western women, especially right now, not a lot of them will give a man his due respect. Take, for example, how some women will just degrade their man, whether it's verbally cussing them out or most women, they take advantage of the fact that they're women, and they'll say, they'll try to do stuff. They'll even hit men, and say, well, a man can't hit me. I'm a woman, and I've seen instances where the woman will be beating up the guy, and then the guy will be taking it for a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He's still getting beat, and all of a sudden he just snaps, and like, what brought him to that though? Woman's beating up the guy, and then all of a sudden, he hits her, backhands or whatever, and now all that beating that the woman did to the guy, that no big deal. Everyone looks at the guy for that one backhand. And it's my personal thought, it's demons, whatever you want to call it. It's that negative thoughts, which I like to think negative thoughts especially come from the devil and his minions, and it's that feeding into a woman to create that instance. And so that's my thought, my 2 cents on why women have become the way they are. Men have been feminized to the point where they have no more backbone. They even talk about in studies that masculinity is the issue. But honestly, if men aren't in control of the relationship, like if they aren't the head of the household, most women do not know how to handle power, and so they will abuse it. They just will. You give not all, but most, the woman will abuse her power. And doing that to men, the natural response is for a man now to go their own way. The society has catered to women to this degree now that you can't really blame men for wanting to go their own way. I understand. They want what's right and not what's emotional. They want what is right. And they know by just inside them, instinctively, they know that a woman abusing them, and especially with their emotions, because I like to also refer to women as emotional terrorists, that is why you never, as a man should never be emotional. Kind of like Jesse Lee Peterson, he says, if you're emotional, you're a woman. If a man is emotional, he is a woman. A man should never be emotional, because the thing is, most women, especially if they get you in a relationship, they open up their legs so that they can suck you into that trap of having sex with them. They know that it's like Jesse Lee Peterson, he says, it's like a drug. It's like cocaine. Once you have that, what's in between that, they're goodies. Once you get that cherry, you're gonna want more, and they can manipulate you that way, and they will turn you into an emotional wreck. And they're gonna try to get you to, they'll add more and more and more requirements for you to have access to it. And you got to realize, sex is not love. Feels good, feels nice, but it should be done in the confines of marriage. It's just the right thing to do. But most women nowadays, because they don't value their own sanctity, they become emotional terrorists. emotional terrorists, and they will want an emotional man, because every single woman is like a Bruce Lee in the emotional arena. You never ever want to get into an emotional argument with a woman, because every single woman is an emotional Bruce Lee, and she will terrorize you in the ring. So you need to stay logical, be emotionless when dealing with, an instance in a fight, with you, if you have a wife or if you have a girlfriend. Do not get emotional. If you do, you lose. It doesn't matter if you're in the right. If you get emotional, you will lose as a man. So be emotionless and be logical. Be loving also. That actually will actually help you to win the argument. If you're loving, but not in a really emotional way, just be loving in the logical sense, and just explain whatever argument you get into, explain your position logically, because men by default will be more logical, and you have the advantage if you don't get emotional. Anyways, kind of long. I didn't want to go down that many rabbit holes, but yeah, I guess that'll be my start of MGTOW for Bible thumpers. Have a good one. Give your life to Jesus, by the way. He's coming back soon. Love you guys.